We're approaching the middle of May, but the best news in New York sports for you is on the way. Pun and rhythm very much intended. Look, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's hit it and get it started.
I could trip a referee, tell by my attitude that I most definitely from.
So right now, we are in the midst of the many dog days in the NFL. Nothing to really talk about, except for this one very important staple in the National Football League, the NFL schedule release. Look, let's jump right into it. Okay, so the New York Jets, they got their schedule like everybody else. They are going to open the season against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, keep the expectations very low this season. It's not fair to Aaron Glenn and co., despite the inevitable 15-year playoff drought that's soon to follow, barring anything spectacular from Justin Fields, it's not going to happen. I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Steelers, and I think the Steelers are going to punish the Jets defensively. I won't go game by game here. I'll just have this prediction graphic up for you for all 18 games, or 17 games, excuse me. But look, I think the Jets will be in position to draft a quarterback. Look, I'm rooting for Justin Fields, though. As long as we're competitive week in and week out, I trust this process under Aaron Glenn. And I think that they can really do something. They could damage a lot of teams if you really think about it. They still got the players all across the roster. And it just comes down to coaching. It's like I said, if we're just in it every week, I don't care if it's Buffalo, I don't care if it's Denver, I don't care who the toughest team is. If we are hanging with these guys, I'm cool with it because that shows that we have an identity and that we have a game plan going forward. And game planning is pretty obvious in football that you need to game plan. Now, moving on to the New York Giants. The Giants will open the season against Washington on the road. This is going to surprise a lot of people. I have high hopes for the Giants. You are going to be surprised by my record prediction that I'm going to throw up here right now. I am actually going to pick the Giants to finish 9-8 and just barely miss the playoffs. I believe they're finally going to end their bad luck against the Cowboys and such. I am not as low on the Giants as everybody else is. Hardest schedule and all, I get that. I do anticipate Russell Wilson to play the majority of the season and even get himself a contract extension with Big Blue. Surprising, right? I think it's going to start a little rough, but I think this team has a bright future ahead of themselves. They'll snatch a few upset wins here and there. And I think this team can legitimately compete for an NFC East title within the next couple of years. And in 2026, I think they can very well be the next team and take the next step and be on the rise. That defensive line, I mean, talk about deep. That's as deep as dangerous as it gets. You got Carter, Thibodeau, Lawrence, Okereke at linebacker. I could go on and on. But the point is, the Giants, they have a plan going forward, whether that's with Brian Dable or without him. It's a nice plan, and I love it. This is a very interesting year for the Jets and an important year for the Giants. It's that simple. Brian Dable needs to compete and win. Aaron Glenn needs to compete and show a lot of promise. These two franchises have interesting roads ahead of them, and I can't wait to see where they end up. With that note, though, that's going to do it for this episode. With that being said, have a great rest of your day, and as always, same old Jets.